We're live. All right. What is going on? For all of you watching this back, how's it going? And bear with me as I just chill out here and wait for people to show up on the stream. And I should have checked this before I did this, but yes, audio should be good. Chew, how's it going? YouTube's behind. There's somebody in the chat, but it says there's 0 people here. It must be lagging behind. All right, there we go. Now it's working. Thank you, whoever just smashed the like button. Appreciate it. Bud, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm gonna get my hat turned around here. Do it this way. That's better. All right. Colleen, good to see you. Gonna be going through some $50 today. And I have a couple things setting around that I found lately at random shops, thrift stores, flea markets, etc. So while we're waiting for people, we can show some stuff. How's that sound? Yeah, while we're waiting for some people to roll in. Dennis, how's it going? Powers, what's going on? All right, good to see the notifications going out. Yeah, let's just start with a couple random things I got sitting here while we're waiting for people to get in. I picked these up today for $2 a piece. Pretty cool. Actually can't find any of them online. This is something you don't usually see. This is actually plated brass. I don't know what coating they put on it, but this is solid brass. They're from India, of course. A lot of brass comes from India. $2. I don't know exactly what they're worth. Probably in the ballpark. You can actually see where some of the plating's wearing off, where some of the brass is coming through. But yeah, solid hunk of brass, vase, something like that's probably worth like, I don't know, 12 to 15 bucks. And this one's really heavy. You can tell it's similar. $2. I mean, this thing is chunky. This thing weighs like 3 to 4 pounds, I would say. Heavy. Like I said, you normally don't see silver coated, or not. I don't know if it's, I think it's silver. It's some sort of plating over brass. Very interesting. That actually is, this one's more chunky. I don't know. These could be worth, this could be worth closer to $20. But $2 a piece. Hey, I read Linda's comment, hey JD, and I almost said, hey JD. I mean, hey Linda. Hey Dennis, how's it going? And thank you. Hey Sawyer, good to see you here. A couple other things. Random, while we're on the brass theme, I got some really cheap brass recently. Good brass, vintage brass. These are super, super heavy brass. Weigh a couple pounds. These are from Korea. I'm presuming South Korea, but online just said Korea. I looked these up. These go for like 20 bucks a piece. I paid $1.50 a piece for them, and they're solid brass. 1970s, I believe. Here's the other one. Interesting designs. Solid brass. You can see how very unique. You can see how they're made on the back of them. Really cool. For $1.50 a piece, those are interesting finds for sure. Let's see. Then let's do this first. Let's go through a little small jewelry haul, shall we? In a Willowware bowl that's cracked. I've had this for a long time. Okay, so let's just put it this way. Everything in this bowl, I paid a total of $42 for. There's some decent stuff in here. First of all, this is cool. This is an old fruit knife. It has a ornate sterling wrapped handle. I can't remember exactly when these are from. They're not like super old, mid 1900s, I think. But pretty cool. An old sterling wrapped fruit knife. Pretty neat. They're pretty common, but anything sterling wrapped is cool. Okay, I said $42 for everything in the bowl. I forgot I put this in here. This was a separate purchase. So this I actually got from a thrift store the other day. This was a pretty good find. Now, I did pay $4.99 for it, but this is a sterling silver bracelet, and those are all onyx stones. So I found this exact one on eBay. They go for like 30. The silver weight alone, I can't remember. It was like $11 if I remember correctly. So even without the collector's value for the onyx, and it's in good shape too. It's wearable. It's not broken. Everything's in good shape. So retail value about $30 on that one. Paid $4.99, and of course I got it for about half the silver value. So that's a steal. All right, we'll start going through the coins soon. We got 19 people here. I'll finish showing some of the jewelry. This is one of the nicer things I picked up. So basically, I'll break down this purchase. I got a lot of the cheaper stuff, like virtually almost free. But the main part of this purchase was these 3 items, which were basically $30 total with some freebies thrown in. The person selling these knew what sterling jewelry was. They were actually somebody who dealt in jewelry for years, but they were giving me some pretty good prices. So basically, I got some freebies thrown in, and since I was buying bulk, they gave me these for 10 a piece, which is a really good price, you know, because it's just like some of it's even slightly below silver value. So we'll start with this one. This is sterling. It's a big ring. Let's see how the zoom's working here. There we go. That's sterling silver in marcasite. There is 1 stone missing. But I like the old marcasite rings. Really cool design. Very chunky ring. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think the silver weight on these 3 pieces was actually slightly over 30. So even without the added value for the, like I said, the collector's value and the stones in that, it was a really good buy. Now, this one here, this is the chunkiest one. I think the silver value on this one was it was like around $15. This, and we'll get it here. There we go. This is a beautiful chunky ring. This is carved mother of pearl. Really nice. Mother of pearl is not rare, but carved mother of pearl you don't see too often. Really nice floral pattern there. Now, this is a common design of a vintage ring. There's a lot of them on eBay, but the cheapest one I could find, somebody sold at auction, not to buy it now. It went for 40 just being run as an auction. So actually, if you wait a little bit longer, I mean, the minimum market value on these seems to be around $40, like $35 to $40. So that was a pretty good find. It's probably worth a little bit more than that because that was just the lowest price I found that somebody just listed randomly and no reserve auction. And this one, if anybody actually knows the exact emblem that's on here, I would like to try to ID this. I couldn't find any online. Now, this is gold-plated sterling, and it's H&H sterling. So I'm going to show it here. If anybody can shed any light onto the origin of this, that would be great. I haven't had time to really look into it very much yet, but that is a really nice piece of gold-plated sterling. Something you don't see a lot either is gold-plated sterling, but this one is clearly marked on the back, and it's genuine. H&H sterling, you can kind of see on the back there. Oops, sorry. Colleen said a close-up on the onyx bracelet. Sure, I'll try. It's kind of a weird shape. Oh, there you go. You can see it there. Really nice. Really nice one. Sherilyn and Cipriana, how's it going? The mother of pearl one does, I think, have it says 925 and CP. I can't remember. I looked this up before. It's a specific brand. I can't remember what CP stands for. I apologize. I looked these up a little while ago. But this one, I think, could be something really interesting. I just don't know anything about it quite yet. Oh, so I actually do have a couple fake rings in here. I was picking out some of the junk rings cheap, and I wasn't paying attention and realizing there was a couple fake ones. But the person selling the stuff was really honest. Not only were they giving me good prices, but they had the costume jewelry and the fake stuff in basically the junk pile where everything's really cheap. So that's on me. But it doesn't matter. I got the stuff, got them for like $1.50 anyway. I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you an example here. This one says 925, but I believe it's fake. You can see some copper coloring of something coming through it, and I don't think this is like a plating over silver. I think this is probably like a Chinese fake or something like that. That's a ring that I believe is fake. It's not sterling. And I have one more tiny one in here that I think is marked 925. Is it this one? No. It's in here somewhere. But then I did get a couple other that I think are real. Now, this is a decent one because I basically got this for $1. This is a pretty nice ring. I don't know what the stone is there exactly, but this is a 12 karat HGE heavy gold electroplate. That's a pretty decent one, even though it's just gold filled. Or not HGE, it's just GF gold filled, 12 karat gold filled. That's still a pretty nice ring. Something like that's probably worth like, I'm just ballpark estimating like $8, something like that. Let's see, what else we got here? The lady I bought all the jewelry from actually gave me this rhinestone dog for free because it's missing an arm and an ear. Big flashy piece of junk bling. It actually has a watch on it. I have to see if it works. But with missing parts, that really doesn't, have much value, like $1 or something. Now this one I got for like $1. It's a rhinestone dog with moving parts. If I can get it up here. That one's pretty cool, actually. These things are pretty cool. They're good sellers too for like costume jewelry. People like them. Kids like them, stuff like that. I keep an eye out for stuff like that if I can get it cheap. Like I said, everything here minus the onyx bracelet I paid $42 for. This alone pays off the whole purchase. Rings. What else we got here? A junk ring. But a nice thick one. Kind of like some type of knot on there. That's a cool one. So even though that's not a precious metal, that's worth a few dollars. Vintage. All of this stuff, almost all of this stuff, except the rhinestone stuff, is pretty much vintage. Oh, cool, Colleen. Yeah, that's neat. This is another junk one, but still nice. Nice costume ring. $1 or $2. What's the other fake one? Let me see if I can find it. This was just another junker. Like I said, I got some of these thrown in free because I was buying some of the more expensive sterling. Now this one, this one's broken, but it is sterling and onyx. It's a real tiny thing. The marking's really faint, but the color's right. This one is actually sterling. That was in the junk. I pulled that out of the junk bin, which I guess maybe because it was so small, they didn't care about silver weight anyway. Something like that's like $2 or $3 in silver, something like that. I got this thrown in with the deal. I found this in the junk thing. Just two little, I can't show these up close, two little butterfly earrings, but they are 925. Like stuff like that. Even like two little pieces like this weighed, it's like $1.30 in silver. So, with silver and gold so high, it makes picking jewelry a lot more desirable. Now, is this the fake one? Okay, this is the other fake one that's marked 925, but isn't. I can't, it's too small. I'm not going to bother showing it up close. But there, you can clearly see copper showing through. Like a lot of the silver plating or whatever was on that rubbed off. And it says 925, but it's not. That's a fake ring. Fake silver, I should say. This was one that actually is sterling, but the marking is almost rubbed off. So I think they probably didn't know. But it's another sterling ring with onyx. And this one has a little bit of weight to it. But this one is sterling and onyx again. I guess it's onyx week in the jewelry. And that one's a little bit chunky. I don't remember the weight on that. That's probably close to like $5 in silver. But you got the onyx too. And this is another one that I got for very, very, very cheap. And it's also sterling. The color's right. and it does have a faint mark on the inside, I believe. I can't remember. Let me see. Did this one have a mark on it? It should. Yes, this one has a 925 mark on it, and it has the right colored tarnish. It's just really dirty. I'm almost completely positive that that one's real. Another just little junker I got thrown in, just a little older costume jewelry ring. And this one is actually super cool. I believe this is like Edwardian period, like early 1900s. The craftsmanship on this is just phenomenal, this bracelet, and it's L&M Company, and I honestly can't remember my exact research on this, but the best I could find is it's around Edwardian period, and thankfully this doesn't close properly. It's just supposed to have a photo that goes in here. The band does open and close properly. I say that now. Let's see here if I get it just right. Hold on. It should work there. There we go. That works. And I'm going to show you the craftsmanship on this. It's not marked, but from what I looked online from this company and period, I believe it is gold filled, even though it's not marked. It has the right look. It is a stunning photo bracelet. And I believe this is, like I said, probably from my research, Edwardian period. It's really nice. And you can kind of see the mark in there on the band. It's actually really faint. I don't know the exact value on this, but I would probably say at least $30 or around in there on something like that. Some of this could be more, some a little bit less. But anyway, that's the haul of jewelry that I picked up for $42, and I estimate what would I could sell it all for. Rough estimate 40, 50, 60, 70. I mean, it's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 30, 40, 150. It's over $150, I would say, probably around 100 and 150. But like I said, I got my money back in silver weight alone, so anything else is really just a bonus, honestly. All right, one last thing I'm going to show, and then while I'm showing this last thing, let me know if you want me to go through box number 1, this is, or box number 2 to start. There's nothing interesting on the ends of these 2 boxes, except box 2 does have a 2015 NIFC on the end. So I wouldn't necessarily say that makes the box potentially better, because that's just kind of common, but I figured I'd throw that out. And while I'm waiting for everybody to put in the chat box 1 or 2, I'm going to show you what's in one of my future boxes. I don't know how much I'm going to get through tonight, but I picked up a box this week, and there's something pretty good on the end. I'll show you all really quick. I'm not sure if we're going to get to that tonight. But the box I picked up this week has an 87S proof on the end facing out. That is crazy. There's been a lot of proofs in my area lately. And one other random thing that I picked up the other week, I found some uranium glass. Now, this is not the dish it actually went to, and it's cracked, but I only paid like $1.50 for this. The lid's uranium. Let me turn the light off here. All right, ready? That's uranium glass. Pretty cool. Let me get it out of the... Let me hold it back here. Over this way. There you go. Tilt it that way. Crazy. I like uranium glass. It's not, like I said, it's not a great piece. It's just a lid that has a couple minor chips that should have been on something else. I guess somebody just probably broke the other part and put it on top of this. And even this is an old glass bake thing, but like I said, it's got a big, like, a couple of huge scratches in it, or hairline cracks or something. But anyway, just a nice piece of uranium glass. You can put a lid on this, something like that. Something like that be worth, just for the sake that it's uranium glass, somebody would pay like, $6, $7 for that at least. So it wasn't the greatest pickup for it, but for $1.50, I'm always going to buy uranium glass. So it's nothing special, nothing fancy, but cool. All right. Sawyer says box number 1. Anybody else have a opinion? Nobody else is chiming in. Oh, that's cool, Colleen. Thanks for the info. Yeah, Carolyn Pollock. That rings a bell. That's what I remember. Thank you, Digging Up Dirt. Appreciate it. Box 2. All right. Who's going to be the tiebreaker? And while we're waiting here, do I have anything else right here? Just something random I got for $1. An old cool tequila bottle. It's got like a kind of like domed underneath. Pretty cool. Still has the original cork top. That's something cool. Something like that. That'd sell for like $7, $8. That's a pretty cool piece. I like the shape of it, and it's really thick glass. Really thick glass. Is this not focusing? I know this lens is a little bit weird. Okay. All right. I forgot. I took a light bulb out of one of these. The light's not as bright. Let me put this down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Box 2, says Dennis. And Digging Up Dirt. All right. All right. Everybody coming in strong with box 2 at the end. Okay. Let me get... I forgot. I got to grab a coin bag real quick. I finally have a system. I got a reject bin for the wrappers so they're not all over the place. Let me grab... I have my gloves here. I'm going to put these on, and I got to grab... my bag to put the coins in. Let me get this jewelry out of the way here, too. Let me put this all back. Yeah, so I had a pretty good jewelry haul this week. I haven't streamed in a while. I actually have some really cool stuff I have to show. I actually found one of the rarest things I've ever found recently. And when I say rare, I mean rare. Like, actually valuable. Something you wouldn't expect to find in Tennessee. Be interested to know the story of how it got here. All right, let me go grab a bag here real quick. I'll be back in a second. All right. Let's get this bag open and ready to roll. Yeah, I'm thankful, Colleen. I don't find uranium glass too often. Last year, I had my best uranium glass score. I actually say my first big score. At a yard sale, I got 4 plates for $2. They were 50 cents a piece. They had a ship on them. They were uranium glass. And here, not only did they have a ship on them, if I remember correctly, I think they were like late 1800s. So they were EAPG. And the pattern on them was just phenomenal. I'd have to see. I still have one. I kept one. I sold 2 of them for like $22, and then one I raised to like 25. So I sold 3 of them for like a total of like almost like around $70. And I kept one for myself. When I was in the antique booth, when they were closing, a lot of people were looking for uranium glass, so I was able to sell all of it at a decent price. But they were really nice. Yeah. So it's not often that I find uranium glass, but I did get that one piece this year so far. I always try to keep an eye out for it. All right, box 2. Let me get them moved here. Okay. So you don't want to slide. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get to rolling here. I have a small collection of uranium glass. The only uranium glass I've sold are the 3 plates because they're duplicates. I don't need to keep duplicates, but I like to keep the unique pieces that I find. I do have a Fenton ruffled edges, kind of, I don't know what you call it. Kind of looks like a little small compote with ruffled edges. It's like the milkier glass. It's kind of beat up a little bit. It's not like chipped, but it's kind of beat up. I got that at for 50 cents at one point at a thrift store. And then the only other piece I think I have, I got a mid-century uranium glass, or Depression era, I should say, a lemon squeezer, but it's kind of chipped on the bottom a little bit. I should probably make lemonade with the uranium glass. That'd be fun, right? Hey, Pocket Knife Guy, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while. 10 years. Well, I appreciate you stopping in and catching me live. I haven't been doing too many live streams lately, but we'll see. Well, here we go. Maybe there's going to be quite a bit of NIFCs in this box. First roll, there's a 2015, and we have a 2015 on the end too. So I don't know what that means for this box, but there's at least those in here. Now, I don't usually keep those unless they're in perfect condition, but I figured I'd show that. Oh, wait. This would be easier for me. Let's see. Let's move this. I'm actually going to put, it feels more natural to put the coin bag on this side and the wrappers reject on here. We're going to try this. New system. All right. This seems better. This seems like a better system here. All right. Yeah, that fits right in there. Perfect. Let's keep rolling. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully we get some stuff tonight. I know at least that I know box number 4 has got a nice proof ender, but I don't think we're going to get that far tonight. I slowed down picking up coins for the bank because when the weather gets nicer, I don't coin roll hunt quite as much. And I haven't streamed in a while too. I took some time away again. But man, especially with silver high, it's kind of cool to any silver is a good find, especially right now. Let me lower this just slightly, and I'm going to move back a little bit because there's no reason I have to be super close to the screen. Hey, Adventures in Dirt, good to see you. Been a little while. I hope you're doing well. Quite a bit of 2021s in this roll. And 2023s. All right, we got 30 people in here, so appreciate it if you smash the like button. Of course, that's if you like the stream. You could always hit the dislike button. Okay. Nothing there. So the last stream I did, I think, was the first stream in a while that we got skunked. I did not find, I don't think we found anything. Kind of slowed down a little bit. But I had quite a few good boxes in a row, so you can't get good ones every time. Coit, how's it going? Good to see you. I think this is the first coin roll hunt I've done with the new lenses too. So we'll have to see how that goes, how my eyes feel after doing all this close-up stuff. Oh, yeah. Is it buffering a little bit? Yeah, for some reason the signal, I guess, is low on my end at the moment. It's not lagging on my end, but it is showing the signal's a little weak. Not sure why. How is it for everyone else? Is it buffering or is it good? Okay, good. Awesome. Oh, silver's loading. Got you. It's funny that you said that, though. Oh, no, I'm looking at it. I see. No. It's showing audio low. That's not the signal. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't know why I always find these. I think I got one of those circulated coins from a mint set. That one, I think, is a 1999D that was out of a mint set. It's a super crisp strike, and it has a little bit of like a deeper strike like you don't see in circulation. It's a little beat up, so I'm not going to put it aside, but I think that one probably came out of a cellophane wrapper. I find those on occasion, but that one's not worth keeping because it's been circulated a little bit. Okay, well, I just pulled out an uncirculated 71D. I'll show this. This could be a good sign that there's some things to come. Maybe. That's a really nice original luster 71D. I'll set that one aside, look at it later, see if it's worth keeping. This bin system for the wrappers is perfect. It's going to save me cleanup time too. That was a good idea. Wow, all of a sudden this roll is mostly circulated coins. Sawyer, my mom and dad are doing good. I appreciate you asking. I think I just got a 40% silver. So I think Matt was right. I think silver was loading. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Let me show it here. We got silver. I'm going to show it in the roll. Right there. Equal with my fingernail. That's a 40%. It is indeed. So, guess the date between 1965 and 1970. Keep in mind, 1970 is very rare. I've never found one. I'm going to guess. I'm going to go 68D. And I'm going to take a peek at it while I'm waiting for everyone else to get it. It came out reverse first, so I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I got to look at the dates in the other one. Let me set it aside first. I'll look at the other coins while everybody's guessing. I'm going to guess it's a 68. I guess Matt was right on cue with the silver loading. Here's a 1994 that may have been out of a mint set too. That's a really nice strike. It's a little bit circulated, but there's some interesting coins coming out of here. So let's flip over the silver in 3, 2, 1. I missed it by a year. I should have guessed it. 67 seems to be the most common one that I find. Got a little bit of scuffing there. Some circulation marks, but hey, silver, silver. And there you go. There's a piece. We'll take it. That was roll number 10. I still have an indoor hoop, but not right now. I'm actually streaming right now at my parents' place because I actually have my internet disconnected while I was taking a break from the internet world. And when I was really not feeling well. I actually moved into my parents for a little bit, but I moved back out. But I have everything set up here, so I just decided to stream while I was at their place at the moment. But I don't have a hoop up here. I could actually put one on that closet door there. By the way, I painted that door a little, like, 2 years ago now. I think a little mini hoop would fit on there. I'll have to do that if I stream again. I'm just looking at a 1983 here too. I think I may have just found a 1983 no FG. I have to look at it closer. There might be some remnants of the initial on there. And I just got a 2007D NIFC. It's like a little hint of blue toning up by the T there. That's actually a really nice looking coin. But I'm not going to keep it because it's not like perfect. So yeah, this is an interesting batch here. Let me look at this one. Let me put it up to the camera here. See if we can see. No, there are some faint remnants of the FG there. Yes, so that's not a true no FG. I might look at that one closer later though. I did find one not too many streams ago. All right, wow, then all of a sudden a lot of newer coins in this roll. It's crazy how it kind of goes back and forth. 2021, 3, 23, 21, 1980, 23, 73, 23, 2020, 1983. All right, well, we already got the skunk offer back on this stream. We already got silver. Sweet. Okay. Can somebody maybe, so I don't have to open up another tab while I'm streaming, can somebody let me know what a 40% silver $half melt value is today? That would be really nice if somebody's able to do that. And if you can, while you're at it, let me know what silver is up to. I didn't check it today or the other day. Colleen, I think you may need to refresh also. I think from when I'm seeing your comments, I think you're like maybe like 2 minutes behind or something. You may want to refresh whenever you hear me say this, because you'll probably hear me say this in about 2 minutes. Did I already? Oh no, we're getting close to the roll that has the NIFC ender. Not that it really matters, but it's coming up here shortly. And I dropped the first coin of the night, but it fell on my leg, so it didn't hit the ground. This roll broke. There we go. I see another NIFC. I haven't been finding a lot of these lately. Then all of a sudden, they're all through this batch. There's a 2003. The date looks kind of like fuzzy. Looks really weird. I think this was struck on an older die. Yeah, it's real grainy. That's kind of weird. I think that was struck on an older die. You don't usually see that on those ones from the 2000s. It's kind of weird. Wasn't interesting enough to keep, though. Got a thick rim here. It's probably one, yeah, a nice one from the 70s. Near uncirculated 77. 74 with some tape on it. You know what? I just randomly noticed something because I just saw a couple in this roll. There are not a lot of bicentennials in this batch. Interesting. Wow. A blazing 2021. If it didn't have a little nick, I might have kept that one, even though it's a newer one. That looked like a near perfect strike. Okay, this is the roll that has the 2015 DNIFC on the end. That's amazing, Sawyer. Congratulations. Those are great finds. Seeing the 1851 you found, I've actually never found a braided hair large cent. I've only ever found two myself because I've had a hard time finding them even in the older sites I've looked. I think the only ones I found were an 1812? No, 1810 classic head. And 1807 would be drape bust. I've never found one of those either. I've only found a classic head and then I think a dateless coronet head. So you found the two that I haven't found, which is interesting. So together, I think we found all the varieties. But those are some awesome finds. Congrats. Oh, and I got some cool news here shortly, too. I might have to shoot a short video about it. So I finally finished clearing most of the brush here behind the house that I'm in now. That leads down to a little runoff where there used to be at least I think a Victorian period house, maybe even earlier, across the stream. There's actually a small old bottle dump eroding from the bank on the opposite side of the property, which is the property of like a church on the other side. But like as it erodes, I can like take the glass and bottles that are coming out of the bank. I have to talk to them to see if I can dig a little bit because it technically is going to erode some of their property away because it's literally crumbling around the bank. But I've cleared out a lot of brush after I bought this property. I finally cleared out a lot so you can get down there, and I'm going to be clearing out the creek bed too, where a little bridge would have gone at some point because remember the old road cut through this property and then went over that little runoff and then sat up a little bit higher. So they pitched probably their trash, or when it burned down, maybe they dozed a lot of that material in the front. I don't know. I have found some melted glass, which supports my theory that I think the place burnt down like in the 1960s or 70s. It's been gone for a really long time. But anyway, so this was a weird roll. There was an NIFC on both ends. This was the other end, and it's a 2002. But anyway, so during the freeze and thaw, when some more of the bank eroded, the other day I just pulled out like a mid-1900s generic medicine bottle, just a small one, nothing too fancy. Unfortunately, there was a beautiful cobalt blue bottle on top of it, but it was smashed into like 8 or 9 different pieces. That was sad that the blue glass has been smashed. But I have an inkling that there was a lot of nice things in this house at one point because I have found sky blue and green milk glass, which is something you don't see often. Could have been a piece of like Fenton glass or something. I don't know. It's not something you see roll. I got a really thick rim here, guys. I think we might have a proof. Am I seeing things just because I took a break? Or is this a proof? But anyway, I also pulled out I can show it to you guys in a little bit. I pulled out a 1950s fleecy white bleach bottle embossed. It's super cool. It's an amber bottle. I've never found one before in a bottle dump. I haven't done a ton of bottle dumps, but I found a 1950s fleecy white amber bottle, big bleach bottle. Thankfully, I know the Clorox ones are common, but the fleecy white was kind of cool. Hold on, I'm going to peek at this one. Am I seeing things? Is that a proof? No, I'm seeing things. It's not a proof. The edge looked nice. So I may be able to find some more things down there. Once I I might, man, I'm going to show you guys this 2021. It's like perfect. So if I find anything else down there, I'll show you guys. Actually, I can grab those bottles here in a second. I have them in the other room. I set them over here. Let me show you this 2021, though, why it fooled me by the rim. This is like one of the most perfect newer strikes I've seen. I may have to keep this. There is not like a scratch or a ding, or I mean, there's maybe a hairline right by the E there. Look at the tiniest of little things. Like the surfaces on this one are like pristine. That's about as good as you get on an uncirculated business strike. You can see why that fooled me for maybe being like a proof. That's really nice. That's a 2021. I'll set that one aside. Oh, throwing the things the wrong way here. Let me grab those bottles after this roll. Actually, tell you what, we got 2 rolls to the end of the top half of the box. Let's do these first, then I'll grab them. So it's cool that I have a little area to kind of explore over the years at this property. In that creek, I may dig some of the creek bed out, some of the silt that has built up, and see if there's anything complete down in there. It's probably mostly just broken glass, but there's pieces of iron and stuff like sticking out of the bank. Like this was a well-used home site, and it's only probably about 10 yards down from where I found a 1911, was it? No, 1913, I think, silver barber dime on the property down here. I found a bridal rosette literally in the landscaping, like right outside these windows. They almost built this house right on top of it. So I'm thankful I was able to recover it because the old road ran through here. That was cool. And then behind our shed, our little shed, I found a V-nickel from the 1800s that I think the last digit was worn off, but you could see it was like 188 something. It was an earlier V-nickel. So and I found some old spoons and different things. Oh, and by the way, I don't think the bottle dump is super old compared to how old the house is. It seems like all of the bottom bottles I'm finding currently, the complete ones are all roughly 1950s. So it would have been not too long before the house was either burned down or torn down. So it's a bottle dump from the later periods of when that house was lived in. So it seems to be the dump that I found is like mid 1900s. And like I said, it's a small dump. I don't think there's a lot in it, but the fact that it's eroding from the bank is pretty cool because it's like new treasure during the freeze and thaw. It just keeps spitting little broken pieces of glass out and occasionally a full bottle. Yeah, and then in the field, a little bit on the side of the house on my neighbor's property, I found a toasty Indian head penny. I don't think there was a date on it. I think that was all the old coins I found on this side. I detected the old farmhouse that I filmed that was across the road here has been torn down. It's gone. So there will be no more shots of that. But I did find a couple old wheat pennies over there and some different stuff. I'm just thinking of coins right now. And then on my other neighbor's side on here, even though their house is like even newer than this one, I found like I think a first year 1909 wheat penny by their mailbox. So you can see from the old farmhouse across the road and the road that went through the back here, there was a little bit of activity here before some of this modern development. But let me grab the bottles here real quick. And one more thing I have sitting over here. And I also pulled out a big lead seal of some kind that has iron on it. I got to figure out what it's to yet. So here's first the small ones. This is the one I did the shorts video on a couple months ago. This is a 1950s, roughly, Rexall eye drops bottle. I was able to identify that one. Wait, did I get the right one? Wait, which one is it? Yeah, that was this one. This is the Rexall eye drops bottle, 1950s, I think. This also, from my research, seems to be about the right shape and markings for a also mid 1900s generic medicine bottle. You see, it had like a felt, like one of those soft liners. That had some sort of medicine in it. And then this is the big one. This was literally on the surface, not just in the bank. And since it's a low foot traffic area, it's complete, even though it's literally been just partially uncovered, just barely under the surface of the ground for a long time. It still has a little bit of the product in it here, but there it is, fleecy white. It is a 1 quart amber bottle, and it's embossed on the bottom. It says, "The John Paul Products Company, Chicago, Illinois." And that I just literally pulled out 2 days ago when I was down there cutting brush out and stuff. So there you go. There's a little shot at some of the bottles I got from the dump here on the bottom of the property, and now into the bottom of the box. Oh yeah, one last thing right here. Here's the melted green glass that I found. This is super interesting. If somebody knows any different, tell me, but it looks like green milk glass, unless something else could turn this color, it being burned at a high heat. Let me know. I did check it to see if it's uranium. It's not. I have my UV light here. It's not uranium. It doesn't react like the lid that I have here. Like you can clearly see, like that's uranium. This, it's not the right color. It's like a milkier green. It's like a milk glass kind of green. It doesn't react to the UV, but I checked it anyway, just in case. Most uranium glass you can tell by the naked eye, just because it's more of like a limey green and really vibrant color. But I found that melted green glass, and like I said, I found some, like, there's a lot of broken blue cobalt glass down there, and I even found, like I said, like sky blue milk glass pieces. So that was a really interesting property back in the day. That's all I can tell you. Oops, I had a roll set here. We'll go through this one first. But yeah, having a pretty good year with the treasure hunting so far. Haven't done any metal detecting yet. I'm kind of doing that more sparingly because of, oh man, guys, I just got the coolest error. Man. And now I got a coin that has some markings on it. Anyway, Sharpie markings. I've never found one like this. This is a good one. Boy, I don't know if this was struck over a piece of, no, it couldn't have been cloth. And it affects the obverse a little bit. Oh, maybe. Man, something got between the die and the coin on this. Man, I got a really good error. This is not damage. At least I don't think. The way I'm looking at this, this is localized. This can't be damage. Okay, so here's the obverse. You can see a little bit of weakness in the center of the coin. Kennedy's ear's almost gone. And then like up in this area, it just seems very weak. But see, all the rims are intact, so it's not like damage or just wear, or strange wear. Watch when I flip it. Look at the eagle. And then the stars near the bottom. It's almost completely slicked out, but the rim is bold. So it's not wear, and it's not damage, like something, hit it or rubbed it off. There's no scrapes. There's just some scratches from circulation after the fact. That is one of the best weak strikes I've found of this specific kind. Something may have gotten between the die and the strike of the coin on this one. I've never found one quite like this. I'm going to have to research it a little bit more. That is a really good one too. Now I'm going to show you a normal one. So let me get you one that's a similar year here. Let me go back into my bag here. Okay, I got a 1983, which should be a similar strike, and I dropped it. And the carpet ate it, of course. Here it is. The shag carpet ate it. Okay, so here's a normal one. You can see all of the vertical lines, the E pluribus unum, the detail in the eagle feathers, the stars above dollar, look at specifically all that region, the tail feathers, and then compare it to this one. It's completely slicked out and blurry. E pluribus unum is gone. It's actually completely gone. All right, so that's actually a pretty good find. I'm going to set that aside. I don't know what the value on something like that would be, but I would say that would have to be at least $10 just because that's a pretty significant error of that kind. And I keep having that roll set there. I keep forgetting to open that one I set there. That's funny. This roll didn't peel right. Oops, let's put that back on top, but we'll take it because we got more silver. Look, 3 coins down. It's another 40%. This peeled improperly, and I only uncovered 4 coins there, and the third one down is silver. So once again, you all have to guess in the chat. 1965 to 1970, guess the date. The last one was 1967. I haven't found a lot of 65s and 66s recently. But I'm actually going to stick with 67 and say it's another one. I'm going 67. Let's pick these 2 off the top. Oh, it's coming up face first. All right. I'm going to give everybody another couple seconds to guess while I push the rest out here. Man, I should have ordered more. I would have had to order today if I wanted to get more boxes. This is too much fun when you're finding stuff. I kind of slowed down because the last box was slow, and I've been doing a lot more when the weather's been nicer. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Toby and Linda got it right on the button. Pretty nice coin. 40% silver. So when I guessed 68, it was a 67. And when I guessed 67, it was a 68. I guess that's how it's going to be going today. Now I'm going to open the roll that I kept forgetting that I set on the computer desk here. It's mostly circulated coins, but I don't see any silver. So different on this box. No proof coins yet, but 2 silvers. We'll take it. We will take it. That would be awesome if we could find the first Walking Liberty half since I've returned to periodically streaming. There's a really nice 2020D. So yeah, so far we got 2 40% silvers, a really nice error, and a handful of NIFCs. But yeah, three good coins so far. 3 good coins. And then some mediocre stuff that gets tossed back. And let me know in the chat, do you think I'm going to find another one in this box, or is it going to run dry? We have 5, 10, 15, 19 rolls left in the first box. Man, I found a 1986 that was either a casino coin or like was in a dryer or a lot, because this is one of the worst circulation marked $half I've ever found. And this is an example of the difference between an error and something that's damaged. This is just damaged. This has just been beaten with no mercy many times over. That's just damage. That thing's been like heavily used and circulated in some capacity somewhere. Wow, Sawyer's calling a 90%. We have found a few of them in recent streams, so it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Got a nice rim here, a gold rim. Let's see what it is. Whoa. It's a bicentennial, but I got to show it to you all. It's got rainbow toning around the reverse rim. It's actually super cool. And the first official dropped coin that hit the floor. Wow. Okay, so you can't. It's not as nice on the obverse. You see a little bit of rainbow. Well, more like pinkish, a little bit rainbowy. Look at that around the rim on the reverse. That's like legitimate rainbow. That is cool toning there. That is like a legitimate rainbow band. That's super cool. I might have to keep that one. I just found a really dark edge here that scared me and thought it was silver for a second, but it's dirty clad. I'll show it to y'all though. It's really messed up. We got to show the good and the super ugly for some contrast. That's a weird one. It's like brown. Doesn't look like a detecting fine though. It's weird. It's like not super corroded. It's kind of smooth, but a little bit of pitting, but weird, just dark brown color. Strange. Weird roll. Almost all of the uncirculated ones are flipped over the first coin. I'm not going to show it close. We got a 2010 NIFC. So this batch of coins, the NIFCs, are like all of a sudden coming back with a vengeance because we haven't been finding a lot up until now, which is fine with me because I don't really keep them anyway, unless they're 1987s or they're, like I said, or unless they're in like perfect condition. Not seeing anything in this one. But, you know, I'm always just checking them by date and flipping them real quick, because if we're not doing this, we would not have found that really nice error. So it's good to take the extra few seconds to just flip through them real quick. Some gold toning on that bicentennial. I've got an interesting thought that came into my mind about coin roll hunting. What would the odds be? Somebody who's good at math could figure this one out. What would the odds be of opening a roll of $half and all of the coins are facing in the same direction? I don't think I've ever had that happen. It's probably pretty astronomical. I think I've had once I had 7 bicentennials in a row, but that's kind of a different odds thing. I wonder facing the same direction. What would the odds be of all of the coins being randomly rolled facing the same direction? I actually don't know how to calculate things like that. advanced. I'm good at math. I'm super good at general math, but like advanced mathematics, I never really went into that kind of stuff. Wow, that 2023 is a nice strike. All right, 10 rolls left in this box. Oh, you've had customer wrap rolls like that? That's cool. Somebody who definitely had some OCD going on there. That's funny. That's something I would probably do. And second coin of the night hits the floor. Pick those up. I think I got another 40. This one has a weird tint to it. Maybe it's toned. I had to look at it a second. It kind of baffled me for a second, but I think it is a 40% silver. Let me peel it back a little bit more here. Yeah, I think we got another 40, guys. It's sandwiched in between two new coins. You should be able to pick it out there. How many far down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th from the top. It's got a kind of a unique, almost like shininess to it. But it's sandwiched right in between those two new coins. So back in the chat, guess the date. If that's indeed a 40% silver, which I think it is, it will date between 1965 and 1970. And I guess 67 and 68. And for some reason, I have a feeling this is going to be a duplicate. So do I go 68 again or do I go 67? That rim looks so bizarre. There's almost like an extra ridge there. I wonder if that could be a nah, it can't be a magic coin. I'm going to go 67. I'm just going to go 67. Let me peel these off the top. I was right, and then it looks very different. That is wild. It is a 1967, but it's damaged. Maybe somebody tossed this because they couldn't tell it was silver. The date's almost scratched off. And I was right. It has a weird coloration to it. Is really interesting. I had to really study that one for a second. That's wow. Something really, it's almost like somebody intentionally tried to do that. Oops. Let me show the reverse here. Very interesting tarnish on the reverse. Very unique coin. But it is 40% silver, and I finally guessed the date. Interesting. Very interesting. We will take it. Silver number 3. Let's look through the rest of these. Eventually, we got to find a 65 or 66, but the 67 and 68s are so common. I usually stick to the safer guesses. And I dropped another coin. Wow, 3 silvers in this box. I was not expecting that. It's kind of making me regret I didn't order more now. That's okay. Maybe I'll double up on the next order. Because I've slowed down to do just ordering 1 box a week. at the bank. Whoa. Whoa. Didn't see that one by Edge. We just got a proof, and it's been circulated, so the edge is dull, so I couldn't tell by the edge. I'm going to show you all the reverse, and then you guess the date. You guess the date of the proof coin. There's one way to tell the reverse if it's newer or older based on the strike. I can't remember the year that they changed. It's eluding me now, but I'll give you a hint and say this is the strike that is indicative of a newer coin. I think, was it 2004 or around in there or something? I can't remember exactly. But you can see the strike is a little bit, the relief is not as high on the eagle. But yeah, this has been circulated a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and flip it and show you the date. It's a 2007 S, and it's been circulated quite a bit. There is actually not a lot of the original finish left on this one. And that's strange because it's a fairly new one. You would think it would look a little bit more shiny, but a lot of the finish is worn off of that one. But it is a 2007 S proof. And we will take it. Great box. Great box. 6 rolls left. We got 3 40% silvers, a proof, in an amazing error coin. So Sawyer said another 90%, but hey, even if it was just another 40, we'll take that. The silvers were kind of evenly spread out in this box. I got one of the weird jagged edges where like the copper and silver layer, or the coating I should say, is like jagged. It's not smooth. It's always strange when you see that. I always do a double take when the edge is like that. Wow, 2 super slick smooth rims in a row. That made me do a double take too. Three more rolls in the first box, and it was good to us. Oh, $9.51 for a 40%? Wow, silver's high. Yeah, silver's high. That's pretty awesome. I think I got another silver. It's the second from the bottom. It's dull. I don't know if I see a seam. Sawyer, two rolls to the end, or 3 rolls from the end. This might be a 90. No, but doesn't look bright enough. It might be a 40, but I just don't see a seam. Well, I'll have to show you all so we can try to figure it out together, but here it goes. This was almost an ender. Look at the bottom of the stack. We got what looks to be another silver, and that might be a 90. The rim is really bold on that, so it could be a 64. But that could also still be a 40. You can let me know your opinion in the chat. I don't think it's a Ben Franklin or older. I think it is a Kennedy, but I'm not 100% sure if that's a 90 or just a 40 that doesn't have a seam. Or like you can see color variation on like 2 sides of the coins on the 40% silver. I'm just going to say it's a 40, even though just because it doesn't look right to me to be a 90, but it could be. I'm going to say 40, and I'm actually just going to go off the beaten path a little bit and say I think it's a 65. A 65. So you can all guess in the chat. Let me pop it here. In 3, 2, 1. It's a really nice 66. So I was right. It is a 40, even though it looked a little bit different on the rim. I'm glad I didn't guess 67 or 68, but I said 65 instead of 66. And I actually was going to say 66. It's got some marks on it, but it has a lot of luster. That's original luster. That rim, though, that's a really nice rim. I think it's like that because it's actually in really good shape. That's why the rim looks a lot cleaner. Yeah, that's original luster. That's a nice coin. Unfortunately, like I said, it's got some little nicks and scratches on it, but silver. Wow. We got a really nice one, and the last one was super ugly. How about that? 4 silver box. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, Sawyer, if you add 2 40s together, we're up to 80%. So if I find a 10% Mexican coin in the next roll, then you're still good on your 90%. How big are those? Would they even fit in a $50 roll? I'd have to look at those 10% Mexican coins. All right. And everybody except for Sawyer picked box number 2. So we'll see if the one you picked, Sawyer, is better than this one. But I don't know. This has got some big shoes to fill in. What's that phrase? I can't remember. Or we'll just say a big name to live up to. Okay, there's a dirty clad one that fooled me. Thought we had another 40%. No, I don't see any 10% silver Mexican coins in here, so too bad. All right, box 1 out of the way, and it was a good one. Recap to anyone coming in. I'll make it brief because I do one at the end. I'm not going to show them up close. 4 40% silver coins. 2007S proof. Circulated quite a bit, so nothing too fancy. And a beautiful, incredible weak strike error of some kind. There might have been some material like cloth that got caught between the coin and the die. Something really good error. I have to look into a little bit more. 6 really good coins, and then a couple of cool oddball things. 6 nice coins in that box, though. All right. Box number, I should say it's box number 2 we're going through, but it's actually box number 1 because we went through box number 2 first. So here it goes. We're just going to start rolling. Silver. Silver in the first roll. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's another 40%. And are these all old coins? Are there new ones on the top? Yeah, there's new ones on the top. But man, there's no, I don't think there's any new coins in this roll. The 2021s or 23s. So we get to guess the date again. Man. Hold on, there we go. It's like, what, 7 or 8 up from the bottom? You can see it clearly. Yeah, 8 up from the bottom. Another silver. Okay, guess the date in the chat. I'm going 69 on this one. That's my guess. First roll. And there's no enders. So, like, I was expecting these boxes to be light like the last stream was. The last stream was a complete dud. We found nothing. And that was like, what, a month ago? A little bit over a month ago. All right. Let's split the deck here. It's a 67. I should have just went for the more common ones, but I don't know. I was feeling 69. We'll take it. 67, first roll. So now the question is in the chat, is this box going to beat or tie or lose to the other box? What do you think? Is this going to be better, identical in silver, or worse? It's tempting to say better because the first roll had a silver. And I will say this first roll didn't have any new coins in it. Let me see. Okay, there are some 2021s in the ends, but maybe this box is a little lighter on the new coins. Michael says going to beat it. We will see very, very soon. And all of a sudden, there are tons of new coins in here, so that may have just been a fluke that there was no new ones in that first roll. There's a lot of new ones in this roll. All right. I got my first 2024 of the hunt. These haven't been popping up for me very often. I have yet to find a 2025 naturally because it's still very early in the year. And these first two boxes, these were ordered like 3 weeks ago. So it's still very early in 2025. Of course, Sawyer has a bias because he picked that box. He had faith in the box. Ooh, coin down. Now, if I would have started with that box and got silver in the first roll, then we all would have been like going absolutely crazy, wondering what was about to come down the road. Starting with the other box may have given us some more realistic expectations of not starting on silver, because we know what happens every time I like start on silver. Sometimes it just completely dies out and there's nothing else, but I fail to believe that that's going to happen in this box. I am confident there's going to be at least one more. I mean, I'm hoping for more than that, but I'm confident there's going to be at least one more. Yeah, right. Your reputation is on the line. I have no idea, Michael. I don't really follow the new coins. I don't really have much interest in the newer stuff. But I wonder when they're finally going to get rid of the penny. Like, the news is making the rounds again, but is it actually going to happen this time? That is the question. Okay. 2008D NIFC. First NIFC of the box. That was on the end, but it was facing the wrong way, so I didn't see it before. I mean, the coin was facing the wrong way, not the roll in the box. It was facing reverse side out. Oh boy, not seeing any more silver. It keeps making me wonder, is it going to be a fluke? Because it's happened to me so many times. I have that feeling. I'm trying to fight it. As long as we find one more here soon, I'll be like, okay, it's not going to be that kind of thing again. And it's not going to be that kind of thing again. We got another silver. I think. Yes. I think it's a kind of dirty. It's kind of a, I know that was right on cue. Like, you can't plan this stuff. You can't make that up. It's right in the middle. You can see it's kind of got some discoloration. It doesn't look great. It's got some kind of like orange or something on it. It's this one right here where the one my nail is touching, the tip of my nail. It's that one. So guess in the chat. I think that's another 40. It's going to be 1965 to 1970. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 40. Hmm. I don't know why I'm feeling 66, but it's going to be a 67. I just know it. Okay, 67. I'm going to guess 67. It's ugly, but it's silver, and it's neither the dates I was thinking. It's a 69. So what? We found 66, 67, 68, and 69. Oh, look. The reverse is fantastic. Ugly, fantastic. I don't know what happened to that. It kind of, it's, if it wasn't so orangey, it almost looks like dried BLOOD. I don't know. Can you say that on a stream? YouTube's weird. I don't know. It's weird. If we find a 65, then I found a whole collection of 40 percenters. Coin down. What in the world of worlds did I just find? How did it looks like the rim of a US half dollar. It's the same size. Oh, it's maybe ever so it's slightly thicker. But the apart from being thicker, it looks the same. Slightly thicker. Who wants to guess what I found? Who wants to guess? Unbelievable. This is crazy. I have no words. I have absolutely no words. All right. We're just going to show it. We're just going to show it, right? It's a Panamanian Balboa, a newer one, 2013. Look at the rim. It just looks like a US half dollar. Nothing to really tip me off. That's crazy. It's got like a pretty nice finish too. I wonder if that was in a collector set or a business strike. I got to look up something real quick. Right. Okay. So I think so. Here's the funny thing. Yeah. So it's literally the conversion is it's very similar to US dollars. One Panamanian Balboa is 99 cents USD. And this is half of one, I believe. Wait, what does Medio mean? Yeah, half, right. So it'd be half of one, I guess. Yeah, half Balboa. I got it. Okay. So yeah, it's what do you say? Conversion value, 49.5 cents. I lost a half cent on this find. Right. But almost identical to US conversion. So it literally has like a pretty much the value of a 50-cent piece. But like I said, I don't know. That has a nice finish on it. I wonder if that's, I don't know if that's a business strike or if that's from a collector's set. I don't know. I don't know what their business strikes looks like, so I can't really compare it. All right, well, this hunt is getting interesting. It's getting real interesting in here. We're getting silvers, Balboas, errors, proofs. What is next? Jason, how's it going? Tell the cops I said hi, Michael. All right. Yeah, that Balboa came out of nowhere, especially because the rim didn't tip me off. I just threw the paper on the wrong side. I knew it was going to happen at some point because I changed my system. I don't know. I almost feel like because I'm finding crazy stuff, like maybe I am going to get a Walking Liberty half or a Ben Franklin or something. Is it possible? Can we pull it out? Can we do it tonight? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done dig or die. Actually, I'm itching just to dig an older spot. I haven't been detecting in a while. So if I go digging, it's going to be probably trying to look for older stuff. All right, don't see anything in this roll. But we can't find something in every roll. A lot of new ones in that roll. Oh, I gotta keep remembering to sit back in my seat. Wow, really thin, weird one. Maybe it's been smashed slightly. We're neck and neck. 4 silvers in the first box, 2 in this one. Actually, this box I think is slightly ahead because we still got 10 rolls in the top of the box. So if I find one more in the top of the box, it's going to be averaging over the other box. There's another 2024. Wow, there's a really nice 1995. That one's like really nice. I normally don't show just random dates, but that's a really nice 95. Super nice. I'm going to take a peek at that one later. That was random. There's one with some gunk on it. You know, I noticed about this box, there hasn't been a lot of like dirty coins or anything really weird or the scratched up coins. I think I might have just got a 40% silver. I mean 90. I think we got a 90. Let me peel this off. Whew-wee. I think we got a 90. What do you think? That looks good. That's a 90. That's not a 40. That's going to be a 64 Kennedy. You can guess something different in a chat if you want to. I think it's too nice of a reeded rim to be older than a Kennedy. I don't think it's a Franklin, but you can guess differently if you want to. Or if you think it's full on me, you think it's a 40, you can guess. I'll let you all guess in the chat a second. And I'm going to... There's a thick one above it too, I didn't even realize. I wonder if that one's a proof. Let me show this again, because our eyes on the silver. Look at the third coin down. Is this a proof 2 coins away from a 90% silver? That would be crazy. No, it's just a nice 1980. Just a nice 1980. All right, here we go. I was wrong. Sawyer wound me up. It is silver, but it's just a really nice 67 with some speckles on it. It's not a 90% silver, but it is a really nice 1967. There was something that was just slightly not fully convincing me, but I caved in. Oh yeah, you can see when you get it really close to the light, the little bit of the difference, the variation in the rim. I should have saw that. But yeah, it's still silver, and it's a 67. We'll take it. That's a nice coin. Oh yeah, I can see it up close now. Yeah. I knew something just wasn't right. It's just because it's super nice. It hid the variation in the rim very well. But hey, it's still silver. And let's see if there's another one in the bottom of the roll. No, but there's 4 new coins in a row. That's the exact opposite of what we want. Wow. There's a really nice bicentennial. This is a really good batch. Which makes me wish I would have ordered more when I got these. But since there wasn't anything on the ends, and since we had a complete skunk the time prior, I just didn't think anything of them. But we are now outpacing the other box. Hey, that's cool, Jack. Awesome. Sweet find. Yeah, the only... Oh, a U.S. belt buckle. That's cool, yeah. The breastplate I found dated to 1839. The one that I found behind my farmhouse. Hey, Anatoly, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. For anyone just stopping in, we're having a great hunt for sure. Faux show. We still got 4 rolls left after this one on the top of the box. Been going a little bit slower on the stream because we've actually been finding stuff. Is this the roll? Is this the one? It's not the one. Ew, there's a really rusty rim in here. What is that? An 88D, and the rim is like literally rusty. orange rust on it. So I thought that roll might be good, and it gave me a really bad one. Ugh, there's a really corroded rim. What's that? 73. Green rim. All right, last roll on the top of the box. And I don't see any silver. Then again, there could be some Balboas hiding in here because the rims apparently look the same. Okay, I need to switch bags because I can only fit comfortably exactly 1.5 boxes in each bag. Ooh. All right, this is a perfect system. This is a lot better than the system before because the bags fit between the computer thingy, the desk there, and the thing the tower's sitting on. The bin here, this is perfect. All right, we're moving into the bottom. Moving into the bottom. Let's go. I'll show that one. I just got a polished coin. 2011 NIFC. A little bit circulated. Let me show this one. Kind of interesting. I wonder, is this polished or is it silver plated? No, it's polished because there's no silver on the rim. Okay, I got it. It's not silver plated. It's polished, but like really nicely polished. Like, look at me. That's not luster. Somebody polished this coin. Like that is, whoever polished it there, they did a really good job. Crazy. Yeah, that was different. Random find. Okay. There's a 2018 D NIFC. So we're starting the NIFCs in the bottom of this box. Maybe that's a sign of something better coming down the pike. Something better coming down the pike. We have another silver. And this box ties the last one for silver. So I guess we salvaged... well, Sawyer's reputation is salvaged, but to be fully vindicated, we have to find one more. And I think this one is also a 40, but a nicer one. I'm not going to let it fool me and say it's a 90. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from the bottom. You can guess in the chat what you think it is. You can guess if you think it's a 90. I think it's a 40. It looks like a nicer 40. Yeah, it's a 40. I see the seam. I think it's a 40. Did we get the 1965? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's a 60. Well, we already found two 67s. Am I going to say 67? No, I'm going to say 68. It's a 68. All right, let's oh, it is a nice one though. Should have stuck with my initial guess. It's a third 1967 of this box, but it's another nice one. Nice. It's raining 40s. All right. There's another 2024. There's a really weird Sharpie marked 1973. This was an interesting roll. I had a feeling something was coming down the pike. Yeah, these silvers have all been like evenly spaced. Pretty much. There's been no like major droughts or anything. The question is, should we keep going to box 3 if I take a break? That is the question. Really weird corroded one with a lime green Sharpie mark. All of a sudden, some oddball stuff. All right, yes, we got 840s so far. All right, I'm going to look at this one a second. I got a minor error, slightly misaligned. Doesn't affect the reverse. I'll probably just toss it because it's not. It is pretty cool though. You can see by my fingernail there where it looks like there's 2 rims. Man, I should probably keep it. It's okay. It's not a really uncommon error though, and it's not really distinct, but it is definitely a misaligned die for sure. You can see the double rim there clearly. Clearly. Very distinct. But like I said, that's not too uncommon to be minor like that. We'll set it aside and decide later. Ooh. Ooh. I think we got a really tarnished 40 here. I think we got a really tarnished 40. Man, this, let me flip it a little bit. Yeah, I think this is a tarnished 40. Drew, what's going on? Glad you could make it. We're having a killer hunt here. Yeah, that's a tarnished 40. It looks better on camera, actually. It's a lot darker in person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 2, 4, 6, 7 from the bottom. I'll let everybody guess what date you think that is, or if you think it's something different. I'm going to say it's a 40, and I'm going to guess the date. This box, we've got 3 67s, a 69, a 2013 Panamanian Balboa. In the last box, we had a 66, 2 67s, a 68, an amazing weak strike error, and a circulated 2007S proof. And this one, I want to say 65 because then we found the full collection of 40s today, minus the 1970. I'm going 67 again. Let's just roll with it. We're getting a lot of 67s. It's a 66 with some crazy marks on it. I don't know if that's weird tarnish or what. I think there was something laying on top of this. Yeah, another nice coin. All right. Well, Sawyer has been vindicated. His choice box came out ahead, and we still got some mileage to go. Didn't see that coming. Didn't think we were going to beat 4. And why, oh why, did I not order more and go through these sooner? But I did get a box the following week and then the week after. So we could have, well, like I said, box number 4 has an 87S proof on the end, and it looks amazing. So it looks like we still were able to get some decent things at a minimum. Oh, here we go. This one's got an X with blue Sharpie on it on the end. All right. I dropped that, knocked that coin off my hand, and I caught it before it hit the ground. I know, it doesn't take much to make me happy. Ooh, got a really nice gold rim here. Probably one of those borderline 1980 coins a year, give or take. Yep, 81. It's always the 79s, 80s, or 81s that have them beautiful gold rims sometimes. That one's pretty nice too. Almost full luster. There's a nasty 83. I can't tell if it's no FG because there's so much gunk. Let's just put it up on camera here. Nope, FG's there, hiding under the dirt. Is the box going to slow down? Oh, there's a nice 2022. It's got the Ring of Death, though. Wow. Now I just got a polished 1988 and a uncirculated 71. So yeah, there's some different stuff starting to pop out again now. We just had a polished, what was it, a 1971, like 10 rolls ago. Now we got a polished 1988. Woo! Look at that. It's not original luster. It has definitely been polished. Whoever has been polishing those coins has been done a good job, though. They look really good. I'll sell it to Michael for $10 as uncirculated. Special polished edition. Alrighty. Oh, there's 2 Michaels in the chat, I see. Ooh, that sounds good. Drew, I'm pretty hungry right now. I could eat something. I don't know what I'm going to eat after the stream's over. Oh, wrong side. Because I switched my system. Oh, man. Didn't see this one by the rim. Glad I'm paying attention. We just got something, and I'll show it to you all in a second. It's a proof coin, but it's got quite a bit of wear. So I didn't catch it by the rim. But I did catch it when I was flipping through them. So you can all guess the year. Drew, can you help me remember the year that the strikes on the proofs got, the relief got lower? Can you remind me? I keep forgetting the year to tell everyone. But this is one of the older strikes for guessing. I already saw the date. It came out date side first. It has the really high relief, what I call like a bold strike. I'll show you what the other one looks like I found so you guys can tell. Here's a 2007 that we found earlier in the first box. You can see how the eagle looks, for lack of better terms, weak, or technically it's low relief. And then you look at this one, it's just much higher quality. The older ones, I don't remember the year that they changed those. Oh, Drew said, oh, he's guessing 78S. Okay. Whoever else wants to guess the year of this one, I can't guess because I already saw it. The reverse is nicer than the obverse of this one. Michael, the silver count is up to 9 40%ers. And I'm going to, and I tried to say that too fast, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it right now. Oh, 86, okay. I thought the 87 still had the high relief. I'll have to look. I got an 87 ender on the one box, so we can check. All right, here it goes. It's an early one. 72S. A little bit circulated. Those fingerprints will come off, though. It's got some fingerprints on it. It's not too bad. Actually, that's mostly fingerprints. Let me rub that real quick. Rub that on my jeans. Oh, yeah, fingerprints came right off. Here it is. Yep. You can see it a little better now. 72S. All right. Sweet. Okay, these boxes have been very similar. Box 1, 4 40s, a nice error coin, a proof. Box 2 so far, 5 40s, a Balboa, a circulated proof, and 2 polished coins. Kind of interesting. Very similar boxes. Hey, we got more people showing up now. Maybe I'll have to go to box 3. Maybe we should keep rolling because we're having a good hunt. And I don't know when I'm going to stream next, so maybe we can just plow through a lot of these. Maybe we should do that. And I dropped a coin. Nothing here. Michael says an all-nighter. Well, maybe I'll have to. Maybe somebody will have to send a super chat for me to go to box 3 to give me some incentive. Do I hear $10? Come on, Michael. Put your money where your mouth is. And for anyone who's new to the channel, I like to badger my subscribers that have been around for a very long time. It's all in good fun. Like the time a subscriber paid me $100 to basically take a laxative in the form of erythritol gummies. You're good, Drew. Nobody has to send money. No, there's no pressure on anybody. It's only if I only say if somebody has expendable income and it's for fun, it's cool. But nobody absolutely has to send anything. It's just completely all for fun. Because YouTube is not my job. I do this for fun. Right, Raymond. Cool. By the way, I read your comment way too fast, and I skipped over the fact that you just got a car yesterday. Well, congratulations. Oh, you're closing on a home next week. Awesome. Seems like you got a lot going on. Oh, man. Come on. Can we pull out one more silver? Speaking of which, Drew, the Zimbabwe market from where it was a few years ago has sunken quite a bit. There's another 2024. 100 trillion notes are still worth quite a bit, though, just because of their rarity. They didn't settle too far, but at one point they were selling for like $250 a note. There's a 2018 PNIFC, a really bizarre, slightly rusted rim on a 1973. I do have memberships, Michael, but I don't do the tier thing anymore where like certain tiers get higher perks just because I don't want to make anyone feel superior to anyone or inferior to anyone else. So I do have memberships, but I don't do merch or perks or anything like that. So if somebody wants to have a membership, just as like kind of a support thing, like that's cool, but that's all I do. That I've completely taken the ads off the channel too. So there are any ads anyone gets on my videos, they're by YouTube. I don't get paid by the ads. Sounds familiar, Sawyer. Yeah, that was real interesting. I still remember that. Oh, I almost caught that coin as I was dropping it. Made its way to the floor. Okay, this box got cold toward the end. One more roll. Sarah, how's it going? I don't know. Should I go through the other roll, guys? Or at least one more box? I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I was like, now which one is it? That's hilarious. There it is. I was like, wow, I'm surprised I can look through the viewfinder and catch this roll. I have to look at the right spot, and then I can do it without looking at it by looking at the computer screen. I have to be looking at the exact right spot. All right. I know, I'm easily amused. Drew says one more box for me. But that means, Drew, I mean, I know you're strapped for cash, but that means you got to send at least 99 cents. I mean, come on. You can't be that broke. Yeah, I'll go. I got to get a drink. We'll go ahead and go through another one. Okay, box out of the way. Let me get a drink real quick. Oh, I just hit my fingernails on the bottom of the chair too. That hurt. There it is. I knew you'd come through. All right, where's my cup? Speaking of 99 cents, by the way, I got these glasses, Whitehall, I believe, very desirable vintage glasses at a thrift store. I got 9 of them for 99 cents a piece. These sell minimum online. I just noticed this one has a little bit of cracking in it here. All right, that's okay. It's minor. They have some minor imperfections. It has like some surface issue there, but it's fine. They sell minimum on eBay for like $8 a piece. They go for like 8 to 10 a piece. They're really nice vintage glasses. Blue glasses. Anyway. They're really well made. They're great design too. They're perfect drinking glasses. So I kept them. All right, let's go get box number 3. Recap, box 2, 5 40% silvers, 1 proof 72S, a 2013 Panamanian Balboa. I don't know if it's a business strike or some sort of special one. The finish looks kind of nice, but I don't know how they make their coins, the newer ones. In the first box, 4 40% silvers, a 2007S proof, and a nice error. I'll do a full recap at the end and show some of the better stuff up close. Let's see here. I know box 3 here, which was the following week I ordered the 2 we just looked through. There were no enders here, but of course there were no enders on the ones we just looked through, and they were really good. And then, like I said, the final 4th box has an 87S proof on the end. But let's do it. Let's start going through box 3. Hey, that sounds awesome, Drew. Congratulations. All right. Let's see if this is a good. Let's see if it's a good box. Let's do it. Not silver in the first roll, though. There was silver in the first roll of the last box. And then we ended up with 5. There's a 71 with green gunk on it. I'll take a 68 with green gunk on it. I'll take a silver with just about anything on it. Just no harmful substances. Nice mix of circulated coins, though, so that's good. They're not all newer. I guess we'll find out pretty soon if these were from a similar run or not. Oops, wrong side again. Oh, I dropped another coin. Seems like the later the streams go, the more I drop. Wow, only 2 new coins in this roll. So that's good. Not heavy on the new coins, which means we'll have pretty good odds to hit some more silver. There's a painted coin, a little bit of red paint. I have a feeling we'll at least find something in this box, even if it's not a hot one. And as the nights go in further, I run out of things to say. I will have to show more some of the stuff I've been picking up from my picking though lately. I've been finding some pretty good stuff in my adventures of finding treasures. I dropped that coin on the way over to the bag, but it fell in the bag. That was pretty nifty. Honestly, Drew, yeah, I really don't miss that thing at all. I like the way my Tucson rides. I like that. I like that vehicle a lot. I still have my 96 Honda. Still works. Still runs. I don't use it a whole lot, but I still have it. Oh man, for the first time I just poked up under my nail with the triangles on this paper. It went up the whole way through. That always hurts when you do that. The pain of coin roll hunting. Did it cut it open? Maybe. Maybe not. Usually hurts when you get in the shower. Okay, is this going to be a lighter box or is it going to turn around quickly here? Hopefully, Drew. Hopefully it sticks around. Yeah, I don't drive it much there. I don't put much mileage on it. I can't remember what it's at. It's still under 200,000. I did just find a 2012 D NIFC. It gets tossed. There's less uncirculated coins in this box, though. So, like I said, that at least increases our odds of hitting an oldie. But then again, if there weren't any in circulation at the time, dumped at the bank, then they're not going to be in here. I did get this box the week after the other boxes, so maybe I missed some of the rest of the run of that 40s if there were more of them. There probably were more of them. Doesn't look like so far they're in here. Oh, well, maybe we're back to the source we were at before the last two boxes. Remember, in the boxes, I was finding a lot of these really heavily toned half dollars. Well, there's another one. And when we were finding those, we were finding a few other things as well. So that's not necessarily a bad sign there. And there's a 2008 NIFC. So there is stuff. There's definitely stuff in here. But is there going to be some silvery stuff? Or proofy stuff? Yeah, Sawyer, it would have been the same one. Because I've only ever had one Honda. Got a little bit of a weak strike on a 71D. The bottom of the 7's missing, but it's not good enough to keep. Kind of a common error. Yeah, Sarah, I've done this way too many years. I'm really fast at sorting the dates, and while I'm sorting all these dates, I'm checking 1982 and 1983s for no FGs, and I'm looking for significant errors. And of course, if I don't see it by the edge, because sometimes they're circulated, I'm looking for proofs as well. Now, there's a rim here. Oh, is that 40? I was going to say it has a real weird like edge on it too. Like it almost looked like it was going to be a magic coin or something. Just a weird edge. But yeah, actually we got a 40. We got silver. It's like a slight gap on that one side. The rim's a little weird. We got a 40% silver. Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one from the bottom. You can guess the date in the chat. Yes, I believe that's a 40. I can see the variation, or I call it the seam. It's a little dull, but yeah, that's going to be a 40, I believe. Now for guessing the year. I'm going to go 68D on that one. I'm going to go 68. I have a pretty bad track record for guessing tonight. I only got 1 or 2 right out of all the 9 we found. But man, silver again. Box 3. All right, I'm going to check this out. I can tell from the reverse it is silver. It does look like a 40. So all right, here we go. We're going to reveal the date. I was going to say this. I'm being honest. I was going to say that. That one's got a little bit of interesting coloration on it, but it is a 69. It is silver, 40%. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be a later date, either a 68 or 69. There it is. It is. Oh, that's what I was seeing. The rim's a little weird. It has a ding in it too. Maybe that's what I was seeing. Anyway, 40% silver. That's number 10. 10 tonight. Number 10. Let me look through the rest of these here. And I dropped a coin too. All right, so we know, I guess maybe the 40% silver trend continues on in these boxes. And also a habit when I first open the roll, I drag them out, like fan it like a deck of cards in case I hear a dink of silver. It's just habit. Like I have this down to like such a science. It's like put your fingernail under, pop the top, then pull both. Then when you see the coins pop up from the bottom, put that hand here, put the roll over there, go like this, pick them up, fan them, and then flip them. It's like definitely down to a routine. Like I guess I could do it in my sleep. All right, now we got 1 silver. Now I'm wondering if there's going to be more in there. At the pace we're going, though, we're not going to beat the first 2 boxes. But if I get 1 more here on the top, we could pace out the first box. Thought I had one for a second, but it's just dirty. I thought it was another 40. It is just a dirty rimmed 73. Well, there's a blazing 2021 there. Some of those strikes are actually nice on the 2021s. A lot of the 2023s look really ugly. Some of them have a lot of graininess around like the date and stuff. Wonder when the first 2025 will show up. Usually they don't show up till the latter half of the year if you find any. Only 1 new coin in this roll. You got 64 silver ones. That's cool. I'm thinking you mean the date 1964. Didn't find any of those tonight. But I have been finding some odd 64s here and there in these rolls. 2 streams ago, I think we found one. And then before that, I think we found one. All right, finish the top half of the box. And there's a 2018D NIFC. I will say, though, with the newer coins mixed in now, because they made tons of coins in 2021 and 2023, it does make the rolls a little faster to go through because you can basically skip all of those. So the roll... I got fooled by one. I thought I had a silver one for a second. Just the way it came out, the way I was looking at it. But yeah, with a lot of the newer ones mixed in, it makes it go a little bit quicker than in past days. Yeah, the bottom half of this box, this is very light on the uncirculated coins. These are more circulated. It's weird. I saw a new one at the right, or I should say the wrong angle out of the light, and it turned like blast white. I thought I had a 90% silver. Dude. Guys, I got another one of those awesome weak strike errors. What was the date on the first one? It's the same year. I'm going to show it as soon as I go through these. It's another 84. I guess maybe these coins are from the same batch, and there's a 2022. Man, it's another really good one, too. It looks similar to the... Let me look to the one we found first. It's almost identical. I kid you not. These had to be from the same run. This one's even maybe slightly better. All right, here it is. This is crazy. Let me show. Hold on, let me get it here. Okay, you can see Kennedy's ear is like gone. Just almost no detail up in this region here. And then watch when I flip it. This one's even a little weak around the R in Liberty. And the eagle. E pluribus unum. The tail feathers. Everything gone. Amazing. Amazing. Here's the first one. It's literally almost identical. The one I just found has a little more weakness toward the top, I think where it says of in America. Let me compare them again. Or no, it doesn't in of. These are literally almost completely identical. I'm going to try to show them side by side now. It's always crazy doing this backwards. That's crazy. I wonder if these were dumped from a collection. I mean, what are the odds? I got 2 coins that had to be from the same run of bad strikes. Same date. That's just crazy. That's crazy. I've only ever found one that significant in the past, I think, and I don't remember the date on it, but it looked a little bit different. The detail wasn't as blurry around like the sides. It just affected mostly the eagle. I don't even think it affected the obverse of the coin like these ones do. Like you can tell on these ones, Kennedy basically has no ear. It affects the obverse too, like the detail on the high points. Okay, we got a really thick rim here. I'm going to peek, see if it's a proof. No, I think it's a... I think we got a mint set coin. I'll just show it because, yeah, we got a mint set coin. Not a proof, but a mint set coin. Oh, it's a nice one, though. All right. Well, here we go. Really nice. Mint set coin. 1991. Unfortunately, it's got a pretty good little tiny little gash there in the cheek. Really thick rim. Really nice rim. That's definitely from a mint set. All right, well, this box is looking up. Let's get the rest of these going through here. Drew, what would you estimate those 84 errors are worth? I'd have to look on that one online, see how prominent it is if people find those all the time. But I would think just because of the significance of how blatant the error is, I mean, I would think they would be at least like $10 a piece, right? On eBay anyway. Like I said, they may not be worth much more than that, but I would have a hard time believing they'd be worth less than 10 a piece just because of the significance of it. Very blatant. It's like not one of those minor errors where you're splitting hairs to see a difference. Or we'll call it an in-your-face error. You can't miss it. You don't have to explain it to somebody. I mean, you can visibly see it. That's crazy though. There's a 2007 P NIFC. Got a little bit of slight blue toning on it. Looks kind of nice. And I dropped another coin. Here's a nasty one. I don't know if this one was glued in an album or something. 71D. Yikes. It's got a weak strike. I got another 84, but it's a different type of weak strike. It's around the rim. It's kind of beat up, though. I probably won't keep it. But look at the... Doesn't affect the middle like the other ones, obviously. You can see all the detail. But look at the AR and dollar. Really bad strike around the rim on this one. The A's almost gone. But it's not good enough to keep. And the obverse is kind of ugly. I'm not going to keep it. Minor error. We got more silver. It's going to be another 40. It's kind of dull looking. It's super gray. One, two, three, four, five, six from the bottom. Now, you got to guess in the chat, 1965 to 1970. If that's what you think it is, you can guess whatever you want, even if it's outside of those date ranges. But I think it's silver. I'm going to just go hopeful and guess. Look at the gold tint on the one below it. I got to take a peek at that one too. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, because I want so badly for it to be a 1965, so we can get all the dates from 65 to 69 tonight. And it's just, I don't know. That one could be a 65. So I'm going to peek at it. Why tease me? Come on. I just had a feeling it was going to be an early one. But like all night, I'm like always 1 year off. Like that's the theme of the night. That's a really nice one, though. That's nicer than I expected, considering a little gunk on the one side. But that's a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be, considering the rim is really dull. It's just like gray. Could have overlooked it if I wasn't paying attention. All right. Silver number. Is that 2 for the box, right? Wait, didn't we find 3 in this box? No. I guess that's 2. I thought we found 3. Maybe I'm thinking things. Okay, I guess that was 2. I guess that's silver number 2. Yeah, 64 would be nice, Drew. A 64 and a... Got something else. Hold on. As I was fanning them. Hold on, let me move that the other way. Yeah, colorized $50. See that? Wow. This is a nice roll. That was like just a little bit above the silver. Oh, it's in good shape. And it's on a 2015 NIFC. All right, let me look through the other ones first. Because this has been a good hunt. Right. Yeah, a lot of the stickerized coins, the newer ones, are on NIFC. So there you go. 2015 D NIFC. Blast off in 3, 2, 1. Usually the ones that get put back in circulation are all like scraped off. This one's almost perfect. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, this is a hunt to remember for sure. This is definitely a hunt to remember. I think it's worth more with that sticker, Drew. Somebody would pay more than 50 cents for that. $2011 NIFC right there. Nice 1997 caught my eye. No, I'm not. I don't check for the 74D DDO anymore. I used to set them aside and then go through them in batches, but I think I got a little bit demoralized for some reason. I don't know why. There's not a lot in my area. I know some people find more on average, but I think I went through like 500 of them one time. The ones I saved years ago, and I found one. So yeah, I just don't even bother looking for them. It goes a lot faster not looking for them. Yeah, I think they're worth a lot less now because a lot of people are looking for them. So it's, I'm not looking to do really super in-depth stuff. I just want to keep getting through the rolls, not sit here with a microscope all night. I think I'm pretty efficient at catching, the vast majority of the major and obvious errors and stuff. There's a 2014 D NIFC. You did tell me, Drew. You did tell me that. That's an awesome find. And this is an awesome find. Always right on cue. We got another 40% silver. Three from the bottom. Definitely another 40. Very standard looking. That's a very clean one. That's just a textbook 40% silver right there. Just normal rim color. It's just perfect. Date 67. I'm going 67. Can't go wrong with 67. That's unless it's a 68. Oh, don't leave the guessing up to me tonight. That's a nice coin. That's actually a really nice coin. Very nice coin. We got 3 different silver dates in this box, 66, 68, and 69. Yeah, that happened to me too, Drew. The one guy who actually had fun getting me boxes got transferred to another branch. He was actually enjoyed helping me so much that the one time he's like, I'll order you as many boxes as you want. I said, like, literally, if I want 10 boxes, you'll get me 10 boxes. He said, yeah. And he literally he would load them out of the vault and help me out to my vehicle with them. But now all of the people at the branch like that, they're actually, I still have a good reputation and they'll order them for me, but I try not to push it. Like, I'm not going to go in and ask for 10 boxes. Like, it seems like 2 a week is like my max by just testing the temperature. (2011) NIFC. Hitting a lot of NIFCs here toward the end of this one. I think I'm going to change let me see. Can I change the title of the stream? This will be fun. I'm going to say Jackpot. It's raining silver and rare coins. Coin roll hunting live stream. There. That'll be fun. New title. I don't know. Well, it's kind of late. I probably shouldn't do the last box, but I'm kind of tempted while we're just streaming here to go through the last box. I'm kind of tempted. Yeah, the caps lock. I did. You pulled out the caps lock. Thought this one was like the remnants of a gold-plated one, but it's actually just glue. We found a lot of gold-plated coins, what, a couple months ago. There were gold-plated coins coming out a lot. And I dropped another coin. I dropped another one. A little bit of red paint on that one. And I dropped another one. It's a sign. Oops, now I'm starting to throw the wrappers into the coin bag. That's when you know it's getting late. It's getting late. And I dropped another one. Coins are flying everywhere. Oh, I got a thick rim. That might just be a... Oh, that might be a proof. Let me take a peek. No, it's going to be a really nice one. It might be a mint set coin. Oh, yeah. That's not a normal business strike. It's a 2002. I thought it was going to be like one from the 90s. We got a 2002 mint set coin. Beautiful rim. Very thick. Chunky feller. That's definitely keeping that one. That looks like it was just broken out of a mint set. $2002. I've never found a 2002 mint set coin. Like I said, it's usually ones from the 90s when I find those. That's a nice one. We'll keep that. Ugh. 3 more rolls. Whoa. A lot of variation in different... Oh, that's weird. That's why it was throwing me off. Look at the top of the roll. You got 3 of those smooth rims in a row. That just threw me off. All the variations in the colors and the rims in this roll. That was just a weird stack. There's a lot of smooth rims in that one. And then, you know, you can see the uncirculated and then the normal coins. Just weird roll. My brain was slow to process that one. Oh. Yeah, I think we're going to end the stream in this roll. I'll save the other box for when I get some more in, and then we'll do another multi-box stream perhaps. There's a really worn 1990. Yeah, that's what we'll probably do. Did we end on a silver? No, we ended on a bent coin. We ended on one of the ugliest coins of the hunt. A bicentennial. It is bent and beat up. The rim is really bad on that. And I am going to do a recap. I will try to go through it really quickly for everybody. Did find a lot of good stuff in the stream. And there's another 2024. Okay. Let's do this. Let's show the wrap up. I know. What about the proof ender? Hold on. I'll show it to everybody. It'll be a teaser for the next stream. Here it is. On the end. Oh, it's a pretty one too. That's a beauty. That's really frosted. That's a nice one. 87S. That's going to be starting out the next box. That's called a teaser right there. Okay, let's recap this. I got to get off of here. It's getting close to midnight. Okay, box number 1. 2007 S proof, a little bit circulated. The amazing 1984 struck through grease or some similar error. That's probably grease, I guess, on that one. Then 4 silvers. I'll show this one because it was interesting. They're all 40%. The 7 is almost gone on the date of that one, but you can see it is 40% silver. It's definitely a 1967. Then there was also another 67, a 68, and then I'll show the nicest one of that box. It's a 1966. A lot of luster. 4 40% silvers. That was the best of box 1. A runner-up that was nice in the first box. A bicentennial with really nice rainbow toning around the rim. Kind of stuck out. Just a really pleasant coin. Pleasant to look at. Okay. Box number 2 was kind of odd. We got 2 polished coins. They're interesting, so I figured I'd show them. A 1988 and a 1971. Really, I mean, heavily polished, but very well done. And then for the better stuff, we got a 72S proof in fairly decent condition, but a little bit of wear. Better than the other one in the first box. And then we have a 2013 Panamanian half Balboa, which the conversion to USD is 49.5 cents. So I lost half a cent conversion on this one. I don't know if that's a business strike or if that's some sort of collector's coin. I'd have to look them up. But they have a pretty nice finish on their coins. I don't know. That was really cool. And I didn't see this by the rim because the rim is almost identical to a US half dollar. It literally looks the same. I guess that's, obviously why they end up in the rolls. And then 5 90% silver coins. I will show you. Well, I'll just show you a couple of them because they're very interesting. 69D, which I don't know. That kind of looks like. That honestly kind of looks a little bit like blood staining, but I don't think it is. It's probably something else. It just really looks like it. And then there's this kind of really interesting 66 that had something laying up against it or something for a long time. Very interesting coloration on that one. And then I'll show the nicest one, I guess. There's 3 1967s. This is the nicest of all the silver in box 2. They're all 40% silver. My boxes have been apparently pretty good on those. And then to the final box, we got another one of those weak strike 84 half dollars, identical to like the first one I found. incredible. I found 2 from the same batch. We got that 2002 that looks like it's from a mint set, super thick rim. And then in that box, a 1991. It looks like it's from a mint set. Little scratch, deep scratch on the cheek there, though. Still nice one. Then we have the colorized $half in great shape. And that is on a 2015 NIFC. And then 3 silvers, a 1966, a 1968, which is really nice. And then a very interestingly toned 1969. So in total, 12 40% silvers and a lot of other good miscellaneous finds. And looking up at the top, I got a slightly misaligned 1983 that has a double rim, but it's a very minor common error. And that was nothing. We got an uncirculated. I'll show this one. We did get one really nice uncirculated 1971D. I think that was in the first box. I found actually nicer ones. I've found uncirculated collection dumps in the past where they're like blast white, like even nicer than this. So I usually don't keep those, but that was a notable find. There were a lot of nice NIFCs too. I don't keep them unless they're like perfect. So, Grant, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Wrapping it up here. Had an absolutely amazing 3-box. We ended up doing 3-box hunt tonight because we were having so much fun here. I like my system. A lot less cleanup. Reject pile. Lots of wrappers. Lots of wrappers. Okay. That's going to be it for everyone. I'm getting tired. It's 11:30 here. Thank you for everyone for stopping by. Had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it as well and had a good time hanging out here with me. I've been streaming for 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds and counting. And that's where we're going to say goodnight. Good night, Sawyer. Good night, Jim. Good night, Drew. Good night, Grant. Good night, everyone else who's in the chat. We'll see y'all later. And I will probably not stream again till I order and get new boxes. Would probably be at least a week and a half, maybe a little bit later. And this time of year, I'm pretty busy, so the streams will be a little bit slower, maybe 2 a month or something. And I have no idea if I'm going to post other types of videos or not right now. Probably just streams at the moment. Maybe some shorts videos too. But we'll see where everything goes. See you, Sarah. See you, Linda. Take care, everyone. See you later. Yes, Drew, I will definitely wash my nasty hands, the tips of them. These gloves are great, by the way. See y'all later.